We begin today's wrestling news and rumors video with a bit of news regarding what AJ Styles had to say regarding Shinsuke Nakamura, who could in all likelihood end up being the replacement for Adam Pearce at the 2021 Royal Rumble to face off against Roman Reigns for the Universal Championship. As most of you are likely aware, Shinsuke Nakamura has gotten himself back into a very relevant position over on Friday Night SmackDown following last week's Gauntlet match, which has seen fans get behind Nakamura much like how they did with Kofi Kingston back in 2019, and apparently Vince McMahon is planning to give Nakamura a very solid push over the next few months, with it very probable that Shinsuke will be getting at the very least a couple opportunities at Roman Reigns' Universal Championship. Former WWE Champion AJ Styles was recently a guest on the WWE's podcast, The Bump, with Styles mentioning that not only is Shinsuke Nakamura unbelievable and that his immense talent will be more than able to get him towards the Universal title, but that Nakamura is more than capable of doing what needs to be done to become the Universal Champion. For those of you unaware, Shinsuke Nakamura will be facing off against Jey Uso this week on SmackDown, and one of our sources has mentioned that with a win over Jey Uso, WWE will likely be building up Nakamura to take Adam Pearce's place at the Royal Rumble against Roman Reigns. While it's still unknown as to whether or not Shinsuke Nakamura would be winning the Universal Championship from Roman Reigns if he is in fact Adam Pearce's replacement remains to be seen, but a backstage rumor has indicated that Vince McMahon was so impressed with Nakamura's performance in the Gauntlet match, much like how he was with Kofi Kingston in 2019, and apparently with Shinsuke Nakamura being in Vince's good books right now, WWE may change the plans completely and build towards Nakamura winning the Universal Championship, with one source noting that Vince feels Shinsuke Nakamura deserves a second chance to become a big star in WWE. Let us know your thoughts on AJ Styles' comments directed at Shinsuke Nakamura that the King of Strong Style is more than capable of being the Universal Champion, and in your honest opinion, do you feel that Nakamura should eventually win the Universal Championship later this year? We now have some rather unsettling news regarding the current WWE Champion Drew McIntyre, and if these shocking rumors and speculation about the Scottish psychopath are true, then Drew McIntyre may not be the WWE Champion for much longer. As most of you are likely aware, Drew McIntyre has unfortunately been affected by the worldwide situation recently, and while Drew McIntyre and WWE had confirmed on this past week's episode of Monday Night Raw that Drew McIntyre will in fact be defending his WWE Championship against Goldberg come the 2021 Royal Rumble pay-per-view, that may no longer be the case, with there reportedly being a lot of concern behind the scenes in WWE right now that Drew McIntyre is affected worse than Vince McMahon had originally thought, and that Drew McIntyre will not be cleared to return to WWE by doctors in time for the 2021 Royal Rumble, which takes place on Sunday, January 31st, 2021, because if you hadn't known, the earliest that McIntyre could have possibly returned was January 24th, and with things not looking good right now for Drew McIntyre, this matchup against Goldberg will most likely not end up happening, and if these shocking backstage rumors are true, WWE will have no choice but to force Drew McIntyre to relinquish the WWE Championship before the Royal Rumble pay-per-view comes around, because apparently the Royal Rumble is a pay-per-view that is written into Goldberg's contract to wrestle on, and Vince McMahon reportedly has every intention of Goldberg wrestling on the show, and while there had previously been some rumors going around that Roman Reigns may have replaced Drew McIntyre against Goldberg, apparently WWE are considering to instead have Roman Reigns defend his Universal title against Adam Pearce's replacement, which will either be Shinsuke Nakamura, a returning Seth Rollins, or Kevin Owens, and have Goldberg fight for the vacant WWE Championship against a secret Raw superstar that has not been decided as of this point. If these unfortunate rumors of Drew McIntyre being forced to vacate and relinquish the WWE Championship are true, and that Goldberg will now be fighting for the vacant WWE title, who do you feel should be the secret Raw superstar who faces off against Goldberg for the championship? However, we should also definitely note that if Drew McIntyre does relinquish the WWE Championship, it is almost a guarantee that Goldberg will be winning the WWE title, regardless of who the opponent is that WWE decide to have him go up against. meaning that Goldberg will likely be getting yet another reign as a world champion in WWE leading up to WrestleMania 37, which is almost a repeat of last year, where Goldberg won the Universal Championship from the Fiend Bray Wyatt and then defended and lost the title to Braun Strowman at WrestleMania 36. We had reported in one of our previous videos that Matt Riddle had officially signed a new contract with WWE, but with the new information that has been provided by one of our sources, that may not actually be the case, with new shocking rumors revealing that Matt Riddle has not yet signed a new deal with WWE, much like Ricochet, and could be on his way out of the WWE in 2021 when his current contract expires. For those of you unaware, the new contract that WWE were reportedly offering Matt Riddle was about $400,000 per year, but Riddle hasn't allegedly agreed to anything yet, which may be the reason why Matt Riddle has lost his most recent match on Raw to the current United States Champion Bobby Lashley. If these rumors of Matt Riddle not yet re-signing with WWE are true, do you think that Riddle should take Vince's offer to stay with WWE, or perhaps choose to leave the company in 2021 for AEW All Elite Wrestling? As most of you are well aware, former Intercontinental Champion Ryback has not been seen on TV in wrestling for over 4 years now, with Ryback stating that the reason for him not either returning to WWE or potentially signing with another company like AEW was because he had some health-related issues that he had to take care of first. But as of today, the big guy stated that he's feeling much better now and plans to return to TV and wrestling very soon, likely this year in 2021. If Ryback does return to wrestling in a big way this year, like he says, do you think that Ryback should return to WWE or instead join Vince's rival promotion, AEW? We now have our main story featured in this video, and it is regarding the new shocking rumors and speculation that not only will the Fiend Bray Wyatt be returning to WWE in the near future with a terrifying new look and mask, but will also finally be unveiling a brand new Wyatt family in WWE as well. As some of you are likely aware, rumors have went around over the past several months that Vince was planning for the Fiend Bray Wyatt to create a new Wyatt family in WWE that is more powerful and monstrous than ever before, and apparently that is going to be happening in the near future, with a shocking backstage rumor revealing that the Fiend will be emerging in WWE to seek revenge on Randy Orton, and will have a scary Wyatt family faction to help him take down the Viper. As we had mentioned previously, there are rumors that Edge will be returning and joining the Fiend's new Wyatt family, along with Alexa Bliss as Sister Abigail, and Bo Dallas will also reportedly finally be returning to WWE to be a member of the Fiend's family as well. And while this may seem a bit unlikely, apparently Triple H may also be a member of the Fiend's new Wyatt family.